is because I'm waiting for that big week where it all just clicks and comes together. Still tier 2, so I'm just waiting for that 1 week where it's wow, just blown away by their team performance. When I get that, I may adjust my tiers just a little bit. But until then, I think I have it appropriate at this moment. Comments, concerns, questions?
No, I like it.
I like it. Marv is a team that puts up points. This team does put up points, and they put up a lot of points, man.
Yep.
They do.
And that's definitely something I take into consideration. Points is heavily weighed. Record, not so much this year because, like I said, we're all within a game or two of each other, so there's no real separation there. So the real separation that I've seen is performance in regards to points. That's the real deciding factor. That lets me know what a team is doing.
Yeah, one thing about Marvin, he does have the highest points scored against in the league. So, and he still has good. His team's still been doing good. So yeah, I agree.
Exactly. And let's segue to our tier 1. I call tier 1 championship caliber. This is a team that I expect to get a bye in the playoffs. This is a team that I expect to be in the Final Four and will not be shocked at all if they're in the finals. There's only one team that stands alone. That is Team CJ2K. It may be controversial that there's only one team that I view as a tier 1, but I thought it was a no-brainer.
Hold on. Is it because he's your brother?
No, definitely not because he's my brother. Definitely not the case. But I thought this one was a no-brainer for a multitude of reasons. Of course, points scored, team record, strength of roster. But in regards to strength of roster, what did it for me was who I saw on his bench was injured. 3 running backs by the name of, let's just say this, McCaffrey, Mostert, Chubb. Those 3 running backs will start on anybody's team in our league. That's a fact. And they haven't played in multiple weeks. McCaffrey probably since now week 2. Mostert probably week 2 or 3. These are high quality backs that he's not even playing. And he's still performing, still putting up points, still be consistent week after week. He may have a down week, but that's expected when you're missing, your top draft pick. So I expect when they do come back, because they will come back, barring any setback or unforeseen, things we may not know of, this team is the most loaded team we have in our league right now, top to bottom. It's interchangeable. He has a lot of guys. So I thought this was an easy one. I didn't have to debate it. Right now, I would say he's a favorite. And right now, we're chasing him.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I agree.
I definitely agree with that.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say against it. Shoot. But overall, as far as the whole list, I'm not mad at it. There's probably only one thing which we already discussed as far as Mr. Spicy Trades, as far as what tier he could be in. But I think out of all the teams, Mr. Spicy Trades, he is still one team I will definitely look at down the line and just hope that if he somehow sneaks into the playoffs, I better have a bye week because I do not want to see him in the first round.
I agree 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, thank you.
100%. Like I said.
Go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, I was just saying thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and like I said, Farrar, believe me, I wanted to put you in a tier 2, but I wanted to, stay true to what I initially said. I didn't want to, backtrack, which is why I said I had you the highest ranked tier 3 because I do acknowledge, like I said, I do like your team, but like I said, for example, if Lamar Jackson gets back to being Lamar Jackson, Oof, listen. That's another 10, 15 points added to what he's doing, right now. And that's, oh, man. Like, I know what Lamar Jackson can do at his peak, and even you will admit he hasn't even reached his peak yet.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't been playing like he normally has. But my schedule from here on out, I can possibly see me losing. I can see me going 2-2, but really, I can see me going 3-1. My only really concern is Swah right now.
I hear you. Like I said, a lot of people, they'll say, "Hey, my record," and it's like, yeah, don't get me wrong, record does matter, but listen, we're 7 weeks in. I'm going to take your 7-week sample size and and performance and do my analysis based on that. Because like I said, how much credit should I give you if you win by scoring 75 points? I'm not going to weigh it as much. So I take that 7-week sample size and I look at the averages of how much you score compared to your opponent. So for example, like I'm looking at Marvin. Marvin has the highest scoring team, but also the highest scoring opponent's points, which lets me know he's had a tough week on average more than anyone in our league. That lets me know, hey, and the fact that he's ranked, in the top 3, top 4, that's a quality team. That's a team because I could sit there and say that team can be there in the finals. Those are the kind of things I look at.
Yeah, I hear you. But we're talking Mr. Case that Marvin didn't have the toughest schedule so far because he had a full, healthy roster.
Like that. And that could be true as well. And that's why this thing's going to be fluid week to week. This thing's going to change. Like I say, don't be surprised. It could easily happen where 2 teams that are in the Tier 2s right now can drop down to Tier 3 by next week. That is highly possible. And it's also possible there's no Tier 1s at all. It's possible. I mean, I think it's highly unlikely we won't have a Tier 1, but it's possible we may bump up someone to Tier 1. All these things are going to be literally week to week. Your roster moves matter. Your production matters. I'm taking everything into consideration.
I got a question, Wes.
Yes, sir.
If I still had Hilaire, would I be Tier 1?
If you still had Hilaire, would you be Tier 1? No.
Oh.
But it didn't help you. In my opinion, it didn't help. But no, that wouldn't have changed. Now there is a team early on that I had as a Tier 1. Early on when I did my pre-tiers about a couple weeks ago, and right now I have him as a 2, and that's actually Steve's team. Early on I had him as a Tier 1, but as season went on, I thought he's more of a strong 2 than a 1. So just give you a little insight.
Okay. I like it.
I could see Steve's team eventually becoming a Tier 1 depending on how the season goes.
And like I said, a lot of that depends. A lot of here's the thing: the Tier 2s and 3s, there's not much of a gap. Like I said, easily a 2 could drop to a 3 could be a 2, and like I said, a lot of us are only a couple of games out of the last spot, or a game out of the spot, or a tiebreaker out of the last playoff spot. So as the season goes on, you're going to see more separation. You can get more clarity in regards to the tiers.
Yeah.
Right now, there's just a logjam of a whole bunch of teams that are close with each other. So we'll see. It's going to get interesting.
Right. Very interesting. I can't wait to see how it pans out towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
All right.
We had a good season so far, though.
Yeah.
Oh man. This is a weird season, honestly. I'm looking at the standings. Like I said, it is possible by the end of this week we'll have a couple 3-loss teams in a top 2 spot.
Wait, say that again? Say that again?
I said it's possible we can have a couple 3-loss teams in one of those top 2 spots.
Ooh.
It's possible.
It is.
For example, if Game Blocks is lost and if Dub lost, you'll have a number 2 seed with already 3 losses. Like I said, that's what I said. This league it's been different. It's different than other years.
That is so true. Because we got to think about it. That last season, the top 2 seeds, which I believe was me and you had a 1 loss, and I think I had like 2 or 3 loss.
Yep.
And you already got. That's crazy.
For example, it's also highly possible the top 3 teams, the 5 and 2 teams, can lose, and there's all 3-loss and 4-loss teams.
Oh,
that's possible.
This is gonna be interesting.
That's what I'm saying. This is gonna be an interesting season. That's what I'm saying. There's really. That's why there's a lot of tier 2s and tier 3s. There's really no great separation just yet.
I like it. I like it.
All right. I'm with it.
All right. What else we got? So when's the next time we're gonna hear the tiers, Wesley?
I've been debating this. I've been thinking about doing week-to-week updates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either one or two things. Either I do the power rankings, and the power rankings will closely relate the tiers, or I can just come out with the tiers every week. I'm still deciding on what I should do. What do you guys think?
I like the power rankings. I think we should do the power rankings every week. But the tiers, I think we should maybe, I don't know, how about alternate?
All right, that's not bad. I mean, like I said, we can do that as well. Like I said, the power rankings are going to be closely related to the tiers. So wherever you are at in the power rankings, you have an idea where you may be positioned with the tiers. So yeah, we can do it that way.
I said for the tiers, we should give it 3 more weeks, because by then it'll be a lot more clarity.
Let's see. If we're in week 8, I say week 10, I drop another tier. Week 10.
Okay.
I'm with that.
I drop another update.
I like that.
I'm done with that.
I like that. That's about 3 weeks before the playoffs begin. So I like that.
So yeah, we'll do that.
Yep. All right. You guys, that was Wesley. Cheers. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you.
No problem. Any suggestions? Hey, hit me up.
Yeah, we are always
concerns, disagreements. Hey, hit me up in the chat.
Mm-hmm. We always welcome criticisms. We don't turn that away.
Of course not.
You guys, I think that's all we have for the listeners today. Do you guys have any other topic you guys want to touch on?
No, I'm pretty good.
I'm just waiting on the new team name for Marvin's team.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in the chat.
Yeah. Any suggestions? Bring it to the chat, and I'll get it changed for you guys.
Oh man, this is too funny, dog. We need to have more bets like this. Whenever it's game of the week, or we need to have more bets like this. That's funny. That's fun.
Let's see. Hey, call out your opponent in the chat. Call out your opponent in the chat if you want it. Let's try that. Call them out.
Just call them out. Oh, it's going to get spicy this week. It's going to get so spicy this week. I can't wait.
Oh, man. All right, this is going to be a fun week, you guys. It's going to be another fun week. Thank you to all you guys. Thank you for coming